truck runs so much smoother. Texas Mickey Jack here. Loving life, living life, the amazing life, the present life. It's a present. In the present moment. We only get this moment once. Maybe that's why they call it the present moment. So we got the sun going down off to our right. And then we've got a beautiful day today. It's like +6. Tomorrow's supposed to be +10. And yeah, here we are. So I'm making this video. You guys are probably wondering, why is he making this? Well, what's he making a video for? Well, I'm making this video because I just recently did a tire change on the truck. And before I made the tire change, I took the truck out to see if I can like compare videos, right? Like to see if maybe, just maybe, it's going to make a difference in how we travel from point A to point B. So it is a huge difference. Like the old tires, they were cracked. Belts were going in the tires themselves. So when driving down the road, there was a lot of vibration. And even one of the people had commented on the video saying, "Oh, shake much?" Because the camera was doing all kinds of shaking, right? And anyways, so I think the next day I did the tire change. Literally, we had a snowstorm. There was almost like a foot and a little bit of snow, which was always fun, right? And long story short, here we are today. We're taking the truck out for a spin. We're actually going for a little bit of a drive. But I've noticed even fuel consumption has gone down since I've put these tires on, and you don't get this vibration feature while driving. Like my mirrors would rattle, things would rattle in the truck. Now there's a couple more things that needs to be done, because here we are with the tires that we have, and we need to do some, excuse me for yawning, but we need to do some front end work. But I figured, why not make a video just to kind of show that the truck does not shake anywhere near as much. We have the new front end in the back, and I don't really need to do a whole new front end, but the deal was really good when I bought these tires off the same guy that sold me the front end, who happened to be like, "Hey, I just want to let you know I have a brand new front end." And you know, when some people say brand new, you're like, "Yeah, all right, okay, for sure, I believe you." Not. And I ended up at a mechanic shop looking at these rims and tires, and the only thing that I kind of was leery about was just because, like, they were the tires I wanted to manifest. I'll give you that. They were the black, satin black, aluminum rims with tires, everything all in. I think it was $1,300 for the rims. So I got 6 good tires compared to what I had on the truck, because like what I had on the truck is what I got with the truck. The front tires were cracking. They weren't. Everything was messed up. Like they needed to be changed. So here we are, driving on the new tires, and then I put a little air in the airbags in the back of the truck just to kind of, because of the weight I'm carrying a whole front end in the back, and some tools, because I'm going out to a friend of mine's place to work on their house. I should have been there 4 days ago. Didn't get there 4 days ago. Just going through some stuff. And then that's why I haven't really been posting much. Just kind of been in a weird headspace. and I'm working my way through it. I believe in manifestation, and I believe that it works. Now, the key to manifesting, from what I've learned, is that the thought and the feeling have to match. For one, if you want to manifest something into your life, you have to not worry about not getting it. You have to just know you're going to get it. And that's the very key. I don't know if any of you guys have ever noticed that. You might be looking for stuff in your life. You might want certain things. And then you wonder why it becomes farther and farther out of reach. Well, the reason being is that because you believe that it's not going to come. And that feeling can arise when you might not be in the best situation. For instance, like if you are on your last few dollars and you feel like there's no money coming from any way. Well, you can't let that rattle you. You know, because if you let that stuff rattle you, then what happens is the universe is like, your wish is my command. Because if you look up the definition, manifest, it means for it to be clear and obvious to the eye or mind. But I think it actually means both. It should be clear and obvious to both the eye or mind, so that there is no doubt in your mind that it's coming or not. That's what I believe. That's what I've seen. That's what I feel should be. So, with all that said, you have to move in a direction that allows this to circulate within your life. What do we got here? Somebody's written something. It's in another language, I can't even read it, but I'm going to say hi to whoever's saying what they're saying. So back to the keys of manifestation. The rims and tires, I just knew I would end up with them. And the universe is like, yes, here you go. And when I saw it, I didn't believe it. Like, I'm like, wow, this is good. And at the time, I'm still waiting to get money from people. I just didn't happen to have all the resources fulfilled in my life at that point. So there is doubt, but I'm like, I'm just going to get it. I know I'm going to get it. And because you become focused on whatever it is that you believe you're going to manifest, then the universe is going to produce that for you. And it'll signal out all the other things. Because there was another set of rims I was looking at. I really liked the rims and tires. They're actually factory Ford 5-spoke rims. The reason why I wanted those after I had already manifested the rims that I wanted, rims and tires, was because I wanted the other ones because you can change the inners to the outers. Because the rims were a 5-spoke aluminum deep dish. So you can get certain rims that only fit in one spot. They're only going to fit for the fronts. They're only going to fit for the backs. That's what I ended up getting, and before manifesting what I wanted, I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought about that being crucial. So, I basically manifested the original set of rims I wanted, and then the ones I kind of was like messaging and calling the guy about, they were a little bit cheaper, right? Like they were like $1,200. I would have had to go to almost Edmonton to get them, But I like the convenience that I could rotate the rims, like the inside of the dually rims to the front outside. That way you can get a good rotation all the way around the truck. That's what I was kind of going for. But because the way manifestation works is it's only going to put in your hand what it is you ask. And if you're not asking properly, it's just going to give you whatever you settled on. So that's why it's so important that you don't sidetrack your manifested thoughts in a whole different direction. So I originally had called that guy. The guy never called me back. This is for those Ford rims. I originally called him, never called me back. I called again, he never called me back. Then finally, I waited a few days and I called again because I was like, okay, I gotta pull the trigger on getting some tires because my tires are bald. They're bald, the outside walls are bulged, they're vibrating when I drive. And you can see the truck's not vibrating. My hand is bouncing here and there. But you know, a truck with brand new shocks and basically the front tires on the truck are 100% brand new. They still have the little nubs on top of the rubber. He's like, those tires never touched the road yet. Alright, I believe you. And but the tread and everything was good, the deal was good. So I said, like, I have to make a decision on what I'm gonna get here. Because winter's coming. This was before the snowstorm hit. Like, you can look outside and you can see there's snow everywhere. The day I got those tires, 3 days after I got the tires, a foot of snow on the ground. I was going to install them the night before the snow came because I knew it was coming. And I went to go install them. Then I realized that the bolts from my truck aren't going to fit the rims on the new rims that I'm going to transfer to. Because the factory bolts have like a washer, and they don't fit in the holes where the rims have these like pre-drilled holes. They wouldn't fit. I'm like, oh my god, no. And then not to mention, oh no, that happened after I realized that there was something else. So there wasn't the bolts that wouldn't fit. It was oh, I noticed that the rims had no wheel weights. And I was like, there's not one wheel weight on any of these tires. The guy said the rims never touched the road, so I'm like, I wonder if he even balanced them, right? And so I was doing a live, and one or two other people says, I'd wait, I wouldn't put them on. So I was like, you know what, that's probably a smarter call than to throw them on and expect them to be magically perfect, right? So I waited the next day, snowstorm comes. Then I'm like, alright, yeah, I'm trying to put these tires because I can't go anywhere. It's a rear-wheel drive truck, and it's four-wheel drive, but my dash is taken apart right now, so I can't turn the four-wheel drive on inside the cab yet, because I'm working on the shifter. The shifter gets stuck, and then sometimes I can't start the truck. So I'm like, why put all that stuff back if I have to take it all off? No point. It makes no sense. So, long story short, well, it's going to be a long story, but I'm explaining everything that's going on. Excuse me, I'm just yawning. Long story short, I wait the next day. It's freezing cold. I clear a path. I go to put the tires on. That's when I realized that the bolts don't fit the rims. I'm like, oh my god, really? Really? The bolts don't fit the rims? So then, after I had already taken the tires off, I'm like, well, all I can do right now is literally take the inner rim and put it on the outer, because those ones have traction, and then at least I can get around. So I called the guy who sold me the stuff, and basically I asked him, I said, do you have any bolts for these rims? Because he obviously had them on the diff that I basically bought from him. He's like, yeah, I got some bolts. So I get the bolts, and then I get home. Or wait, no. Yeah, I got the bolts, and then I went. He only had 16 of them. I'm like, do you know where I can get the other bolts? He says, well, you can get the other bolts at this store. So he sends me to another store. I go there. They don't have enough bolts. This is turning into 2 days to change a tire. Crazy. Tires on the truck. Long story. Still long. So I'm leaving the store because they literally had a box, puts it at the front counter. He's like, here you go, here's some bolts. And so I'm about to leave. I literally have it on live right now at the time. And I'm about to leave, and something in me says, check the bolts. I'm like, should I? Like, it's better to check the bolts than to drive all the way back home and then realize they're not the right bolts. So I check the bolts. I thread them on while I'm outside the store. They don't thread on. I'm like, what? So I go back inside. I'm like, these bolts don't fit. And he had the right amount of bolts. They just were not the right thread. Like, I don't know why the other guy the guy who I bought the tires from gave me the wrong bolts. And so I guess in 2003 they changed the bolt thread on the F250, F350, wherever you got the different, because they didn't fit my truck, and those are the bolts he said he had for his. So basically, I get told I have to go to another store. So now I'm going to a completely different store. So I went to the shop to get the bolts that he only had 16 of. Then I went from there to another store to get the other 16 I need, because it needs 32 in total. I go to that store. I pay $40 to get the other, I don't know, I think it was 16. And then I go, and then I realized they're the wrong bolts. Then I get sent to another store to get a whole set of 32 that fit my truck. So now here we are. We're traveling in the truck, and there's a little bit of shaking, very little. I know why it's shaking. Is because the front end needs new tie rods. So the whole reason why I bought the whole new front end from this other guy, because he's like, you might be interested in this front end, and because it'll fit your truck. I was like, oh yeah, really? He's like, yeah, everything's brand new. So back to everything's brand new. I'm like, all right, brand new's good. And so I buy the front end because everything was brand new. I need to do my axle shafts on the front end I'm driving on right now. Need to do tie rods. And it's not shafts I need to do, it's axle seals I need to do. Need to do tie rods. And so this guy already did all new ball joints, all new front end, the whole steering is brand new. All new greasable joints, all high-end stuff. He's like, I built this whole front end up, and then I didn't put it in because I decided to change the path in which I was going to go, he says. I said, no, really? Change the path. He's like, yeah. He ended up upgrading his 2004 F350 dually to coil shocks instead of leaf springs like what I'm driving on right now. He's like, you get a little bit better turning and a little bit better ride. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. And then he also didn't want to put on the regular rims, so that's how I ended up getting the rims and the front end, because he went with 24-inch rims. And to be honest, I'm not going to lie, the truck looks amazing after he's done a bit of work to it, but it looks really good. It looks stellar. It looks awesome. So, with that said, I was like, oh, okay. Good for me, because now I get a whole new front end, which if I want to take parts off, if I could, or I could just install the whole new front end. I haven't fully decided of what I want to do there, but it might just be easier to put the whole new front end, because mine is a 3.73 gear ratio, and the front end I bought is the same, so it would just be a easy swap out. But you know, what do? I still have to do an alignment no matter what, and I still gotta go get a new steering box because I got a used one. And this used one, it's got a little bit of play in the steering wheel, not a lot. But I want the truck to be like running mint, right? Like I don't want to have to mess around with it when I start going on trips and stuff like that with the dog. I just want to be able to hop in the truck, go, know that I don't got to deal with any of those extra headaches, right? So here we are, we're traveling. And, you know, the truck is running really good. Like since the oil change I've done, and, you know, we're going to hit a bump coming up in a few seconds here, right around now. But the truck handles it pretty good. We're going through this Langdon Reservoir area, and it smells here, for sure. But here we are, traveling in the truck, and it's great. It feels great. It feels great that the truck runs nice, and the tires are smooth. And I can't wait. It's only going to get smoother once I do this front end. There's no excuse. And I know that it's the front end because the tires I got in the front are brand new. Literally 100% brand new. And the four back ones were like, I think he said they were like 80%. I'm going to say they're 70% if anything. But better than bald. So it already runs great. Just the way it is. And I learned a lot about tires that day. For instance, you don't need wheel weights on your tires. And the guy told me, he's like, well, I kind of thought, like, I got these really nice rims. Why would I make them look stupid by putting wheel weights on them? I'm like, well, then what did you do? He's like, well, I threw these speed bag weights. And I was like, speed bag weights? What the hell is that? Never knew about those until that day I went to change the tires on this truck. Speed bag weights is like a package, and they're made with they're like glass beads or something like that. And you just throw them in the tire, and they balance the tire as you're driving, as you're traveling, right? And so they use that to counterbalance the shake. He's like, they're really good because let's say you pick up a rock, or you get dirt on the inside of the tire, you'll have no issues because the speed bag weights will continuously balance the tire under whatever condition you're in. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. And he's like, I don't need a balancing wheel at the shop. All I need is a machine to take the tires off, throw some speed bag weights, and away you go. It's like, makes sense to me. And so then I installed the tires, and yeah, the truck is so much smoother. Like I don't know. I love it. The dog's head used to shake. His head used to literally look. His head used to shake from the old setup, but not anymore. Not anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Not anymore. Now that we got nice new tires and rims, it feels good. It feels good, you know? By the time I'm done with this truck, it's almost going to be brand new. Like, they're just constantly changing and fixing stuff. It's an older truck. It's like a 99, right? So it's a classic already. And these trucks are just great. Like, great on fuel, great on everything. The only thing I'm thinking I might change in the future is the front end and the rear end gear ratio. I was saying, the same guy who sold me the stuff told me, he's like, you should get yourself a 410 front end and rear end. I go, well, I already got this one. He's like, yeah, the 410 is better for like highway driving. And I don't haul tons of stuff. Like, and even if I did, I wouldn't need this gear ratio to haul. Like, I could use this truck to still haul. I'm just going to haul crazy, stupid, heavy things, right? So that's the next thing I'm going to look into is how much of a difference in fuel economy would a 410 front end change the fuel efficiency of the truck. Higher gear ratio, so you're not going to be always in the higher RPMs. It's basically what Buddy was saying. It's like, makes sense. So if I could keep it like at 1.5 when doing 100, that would be pretty good. We're going to go over some bumps now. So that's the story about the front end. Thought I'd make a video on that, let you guys know what's going on. And I say thanks you for watching. Texas Mickey Jack, loving life, living life. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.